Good morning, Loversmella podcast. I'm your host, Tabunat. I'm, of course, joined by my co host, Kalexel. And today we have a very special guest. We have V-Tree in the house. V-Tree is a no rank that plays actively on the Loverfella server. And today we're going to take a deeper look inside what that experience is like, and then really what that means, and is it necessary to have a rank to have fun on the server. So, everybody say hello, V-Tree.
Hey,
And of course, Calexo's here, like
What's
always.
up?
So, Beatree, I just gotta jump right into it. You are a no rank on the Lowerfell server and you play actively. My
Mhm.
question and my first, what I want you to talk about, please tell me, what's it like playing on the server right now? Are you having fun? Were you having fun
uh,
in the past? And tell me one memory that really cements that you enjoy the server.
yeah, it's fun. I like season 4. It
Yeah,
was good. I was like in space,
yeah. A
like
lot of
my
new
base
people
was.
joined in season four. It was a pretty good season for the
Yeah,
server.
it was crazy back then.
Yeah.
We had like $1 billion. I don't even
What's
know how.
What's one experience from season 4 that really makes you think it's the best season, that you had the most fun that season?
Uh, what was new?
Mm.
And I didn't have a texture pack on,
You
so
you didn't roll with the
I
text
don't.
pack at all?
No, I don't know how I survived because I recently turned it on, and it's a whole nother world. So
Wow.
So it's a lot better with textures, you say?
yeah,
That's good.
but without textures on, you kind of don't really hesitate as much, I guess. Uh,
So
Yeah.
that's actually really interesting. I'd like to engage with that further. I'm curious, do you think because there's no textures, you could actually value items better? By items on the server?
I
Because
mean,
the skins
really,
didn't matter?
I kind of valued them by like their name,
Their
like
Mm.
name.
the color of
Interesting.
their name, and like
Do you
just
Oh.
I don't
Do
know,
you remember
just
one skin, which its name made you think, "Oh, that's got to be rare," and then its color, of course, as well.
yeah, an ocean sword.
Oh yeah.
Ocean Sword. Was it the blue that like tipped it off, or just because it was a current crate?
Uh,
What's the deal with that?
yeah, I mean, I like the color
You like the
of the
color,
whole crate.
so that's
Like,
that's actually really cool. So you were able to. Do you think when playing like that, that items were more valuable to you rather than what the server said was valuable? You made your own rules of valuability.
I mean, yes and no. It's like I would ask my friend to like show me it because he had the pack on, and I would
Oh,
like really like you know like then I would really like know. But
sure.
I kind of just liked them. I don't know, like a collectible, I guess.
So you knew the pack was there?
Yeah, he always told me, but I don't know, I didn't want to turn it on for some reason. Because I was on my laptop playing at the time, so
Do you still play on a laptop?
sometimes, which I still don't have the pack on, but I use my PC now with
Use your
that has
PC.
the pack on.
Nice.
Huh?
Do so I think playing on laptop is very interesting to me because like when I play, I just automatically feel like I'm playing at the best capacity. Do you feel like you're slower when you're on the laptop with the trackpad? Do you feel like you're moving slower than others?
I mean, not really. I kind of shred people in Roblox combat games on it.
Really?
But like, yeah, you kind of just adjust. But
So,
like Minecraft PvP,
mm,
not really. Not the best on that because you kind of got to turn a lot. But,
right, and that makes a lot of sense. So you mentioned Roblox. Did you play Roblox before you started playing on the server?
um, well, yeah, but I
Of
mean, I
course. I
played
mean, that makes sense.
everything.
So, if you what made you find the server then? I think that's what came to my mind. What made you find the server if you're playing Roblox before? Did you come from the videos, friend recommendation? What brought you to the server?
My friend.
Real life friend or maybe a friend you met online?
Real life friend.
Real life friend. That's interesting. I feel like you don't see much of that. I mean none of my friends play obviously, but I'd say real life people are hard to find and hard to like play with on servers. What about you, Collex? I'm curious. Do you ever have like real life friends get on?
Not at all.
Not at all. Do you even mention that you play Loverfella to real life friends?
No,
No, I don't either.
I don't
That's so
think I don't think
strange.
it's a thing that you should just openly talk about.
Right? Yeah, it's such an odd conversation.
Not many of
And
my real life friends play Minecraft.
really, what games do they play?
Like, the old like the Warzone, all that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So basic high school-ish
Yeah.
games that you would play. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't tell anybody. I don't even tell people that I have a Discord. Nobody knows besides, people I met on Discord.
Yeah.
I think that's so fascinating. So what about you, Vitri? I'm curious. Do you have a lot of friends that all use Discord? They're all kind of on Loverfell? Is it just the one friend? Do you play with other
No, I
friends
have
on other
a whole
games?
bunch actually. They all play games.
Hmm. Does that one
So,
friend still play?
yeah, here and there.
Gotcha. Would you say they're better than you, worse than you at the server? Do you play more than them now?
I would say I play more than them, and yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah,
we're
that's
both no rank.
interesting.
All of my friends.
So did
No,
all your friends play at any point, or just that one friend played?
no, they've all played before, but like he plays the most out of all of them, but I play the most, I would say.
Gotcha, gotcha. Just a question. Are you in high school?
Yeah.
Do you ever like talk about like the games you're playing with your friends when you're there? Do you ever talk about like
Oh,
what you're doing on the server to your friends?
not really, unless it's like an event and like we're all like planning to do something, but like
Gotcha. That's so interesting. All right, I'm gonna move to another subset of questions. Obviously, you're playing right now. You're on the server. It's now
yeah.
currently season 6, and it recently turned to season 6. What's one thing that you really like that changed with season 6?
P Warp is pretty cool. In the
P-Word.
beginning, it kind of sucked because there was a paywall to go to everywhere, but that's not
Do
bad.
you actively use P-Warps?
Not really.
No.
I created mine recently. And it's like free because it's
Oh,
really
really?
no
So I
value
was about to ask.
anymore.
Shout it out.
Yeah, what's your P
Hmm?
warp?
What's your P-Warp? Shout it out. So maybe somebody
Um,
who watches this will go.
I don't know. I think it's
Like, what's there?
Mhm.
what's at it. It's
Yeah.
a grinder, a shop with very specific items, and a casino.
Hmm.
It's really just
I
something for
haven't
like
seen many
beginners.
casinos
It's
this
not
season
really.
yet.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. A lot less casinos. Let's actually move on to that. That's a great transition. V-Tree, have you ever owned a casino in past seasons? What was that like?
Yeah, in all of them. So my first casino in season 4.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to build them, so people were getting scammed. So I just blocked it up, and
Did
that was stressful.
you ever
I
get
almost got,
reprimanded or
almost
like
got
banned for
canceled.
your casino?
No, I wasn't gonna get banned, but a dude posted that I was a scammer in chat, so that was kind of
Oh,
scary. But I uh I fixed that. So
nice. And so
and
you
then
own one.
season 4 or whatever 5,
Mm-hmm.
I had it right at the very end, like when Skin Dex was open,
Mm.
and I don't know why I had the resources to do it, so I just tried it. So no one really came that much.
No, but do you think overall you're better off owning it than not owning it?
Yeah, I would say it's worth it to own, but not
Sure.
really to depend on unless you're like gonna keep posting your ads and they get muted
Right.
for an hour.
Do you find those ads annoying? Like when you're in chat, when you're playing, say you're doing whatever it is right now, and somebody was advertising the casino every 20 seconds, would you be annoyed at that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It
I've
depends
never
on my
been
mood, but
sure. I've never been a big fan of casinos, mostly because it's just clutter in chat, and I don't because I like to read all messages, but mostly conversational or more like targeted advertisements. But casinos always just kind of I never enjoyed it. I don't think they're great. I think they capitalize off desperation a little more than not. I find I find them to be quite niche and
mm,
I'm not a big fan. I think it's a little low, but to each their own and I completely respect the hustle. I mean, in season 3, I owned a little flower casino and I placed the bone meal on the
yeah,
grass.
flower casinos are nice.
Those are fun. It brings back nostalgia, but nobody you get mocked for using one today, I
Yeah.
suppose.
I mean,
People
people
would be
use
like,
those
what is
more
this,
than
1920s? 1342? But I always found the idea of casinos so interesting because it takes like player level interaction to the next level. And to me, despite me not enjoying the casinos completely, it makes me optimistic for the server because it brings a sense of community. Do you feel like you find that sense of community on the server anywhere? What
Oh,
screams community about the server to you?
definitely that like the mods and like the staff flow in and out. Like
Mm,
sometimes the staff and then they resign and go up, and like just everyone kind of knows who everyone is once you start playing.
right, the bigger names. Do you feel like you're a bigger name?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No.
So, like all the people we interview, we found you in the Loverfella VC. Uh, it must have been Survival 1. And I gotta ask, do you go in the VCs often? What's your general experience in them too?
Sometimes they're pretty fun.
Mm. Do you ever get
Like if
annoyed
I'm
though?
bored. Huh?
Do you ever get annoyed?
No, not in the voice
No?
calls.
That's crazy. I feel more recently than earlier, but VCs have been crowded by much a younger crowd, dare I say.
Yeah.
And it's been sometimes the humor gets a little juvenile. Do you notice that at all?
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know if it's always been like that. That's the thing. It's
Mm.
just kind of everywhere now. But
Do you ever mute people?
no, I don't feel like muting people.
No, never. You don't have one mute story or like just one really funny kid in VC?
No. I mean, they
No.
kind of just scream and then leave,
Yeah,
most of them.
that happens. I always find that quite annoying. So on Survival, you been playing for 2 seasons before this, right? You started season 4, and now it's season 6.
Hmm.
What season do you think is the best? Season 4?
For me, yeah, season 4. I mean, not by stats, but just by like
How much
the
fun?
Yeah,
the environment.
like
Yeah,
playing it.
Mm.
it was just cool. The hustle.
What do you think the why season 4? Could you place like one feature that was there then and isn't here now that like made it a better season?
Like a mechanic or like just
It could be anything. What would maybe a vibe? It could be a vibe, could be a mechanic, could be
A player.
oh,
player. It
well,
could be anything.
get my N rods. I would sell N rods. I sold
Mm,
those to like 1.2 million. So, because I was just so inflated that I don't know. I guess it was a good time that I joined. So like you could
right.
buy blaze rods for $1 a stack. So
Interesting. So you talked about before this conversation that you had a lot of money. Was that in season 4 when you had a lot of money?
I mean I had an okay amount. I don't know if it was an okay amount then, but
Mm. What was your
like
speaking from it like a skill slash financial standpoint? What would you say is your best season?
probably last season, right at the
Last
end.
season, right at
Like
the end.
around purge.
If
Like
you
I
don't
made
mind
like
me asking, and it's a interesting conversation to always have. What did you do to get your money right before purge?
uh auction house.
Auction house. What do
Hmm.
you sell?
Just anything that was cheap.
Nice. And
So
you
like
just let people snipe them off.
hmm?
You just have people buy them, and it just worked out.
Yeah, just post them. It would sell
Like,
if I'm on, sell if I'm offline, mostly.
nice.
And then like the last day, I made like 50 mil in a day, which was insane.
Wow,
But it
that
was
is quite a
purge,
bit.
so I guess that's a different.
Did
I don't know.
you?
I
I
don't know if
know it
that's
was so
normal.
close to the end of the season. Did you get to do anything with that money before reset
Yeah,
or?
I was
Mm,
making it like oddly fast, so it felt wasted, but it wasn't.
sure.
There was nothing to buy, like all the skins I had already
Did you
bought.
buy any of the purge masks?
I bought like two, but
That's
like
good.
not with L bucks.
Mm.
Yeah, no, it's money.
So you had the money to
Yeah.
buy at least like some skin dexes before the season ended.
Yeah, it's just really any skin I didn't have that came up on the auction house that I could afford, I bought.
Gotcha.
So
Do you have a rough estimate of how much you got? Like,
Like
not money, but skins, I suppose.
how many skins? Like 210.
Hmm. Oh wow, that's quite a
Like
bit.
every skin.
Oh
Uh,
wow, good for you.
Not
Do you
every
have a
single
favorite
skin, but
skin?
like a favorite skin.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, Ocean Sword. I like
Right, right.
Ocean.
You mentioned that. We
That's
already
like
we
just
already went down this rabbit hole. We already did that, huh?
you
So
see. The thing with that is, I bought it for $1 in season
wow.
4 because
Ooh.
the thing about season 4 is that the auction house, once you like sell for a price, it just goes up. It
Yeah,
doesn't
age
warn you,
sniping. Yeah,
so you'd find some crazy
age
stuff,
flipping. Yeah.
and that was $1. And then, so that was pretty cool because an Ocean Sword, just the text, I guess. So then my friends showed me it, and it was crazy. And
Yeah.
and that thing was so fun in the water.
Was
So
that
yeah,
your
Oh,
it's just
I forgot I had an ability to swim in water faster.
it was
Oh,
just
right.
nostalgic too. So,
Is that your favorite memory from the server?
well, not the Ocean Sword specifically, but probably my old base.
Can you speak on that a little? What was the base like? Take me there. I want to feel like I'm walking through the base.
All right. So it was a real hustle.
Hmm.
So basically, it started out as like a stone shack with no roof, and then I put a roof, and then I got money. So then I would buy quartz blocks, and then it slowly turned into quartz glass
Yeah.
floor with lava under it.
Oh, that's cool.
I had like a 5x7 shop area. My um my broken casino machine and my flower casino with like very engineered lighting. And then I would have my this hallway, and it goes back, it turns upstairs, and then this cool decorated PvP area I made.
Oh, that's super cool.
So
And
that was fun to mess
mm,
around with.
just to double check, that was last season you built that one?
No, that was season 4.
Season 4. Gotcha. And dude, I consider that a mega base, very cool. I love having bases where everything's there. It feels
Yeah.
so cool. Because, people like come and go through, and I always like the idea of like having people come and go at my base. But I guess I have to ask. It's now season 6, and as time moves on, we all move on. Do you plan on continue playing through this entire season?
Um, More than I have in all the other seasons, because like I realize what I'm gonna try to do. But
Can
I
you speak
mean,
on that? Or you'd rather keep it a secret?
uh, I mean, it's really just whatever, like
Mm,
more auction house. But
you're gonna do flipping this season?
yeah, I've done that like every season pretty much.
That's a
So
great way to make money. I think it's very cool. It takes a lot of persistence, and it can be frustrating, but I think it's very, very
oh yeah, it's
cool.
Yeah,
Do
frustrating
you do you have
sometimes.
fun? Yeah, you certainly do. Do you have more? Do you think you have more fun playing that way than hitting at a grinder all day or trading with
Oh yeah, I
villagers?
can't do that. I did that last
Mm,
season with XP, but I guess I just had a lot of
right.
spare time.
It's just I agree. It's painful, and if you can find a way to work, I wouldn't say work for yourself, but I guess if we were to compare this to the real world, which obviously is a hard comparison to make, but if we were comparing it to the real world, I'd say that's more working for yourself. The way you make money, you flip the auction, you do it yourself, you make your money, don't have to pay to really get in. Do you is that like your favorite part of the server, doing the flipping?
Yeah, I mean, like for money, yeah, but
Gotcha.
I don't really know. I like the idea of like collecting the skins.
Mm. I like the
Like,
skins too. I always think of them kind of like Pokemon cards in a way. You collect and there's the rarer ones, they're the older ones, and they just happen to be
mm,
the most money. And they work in that kind of way where the older and rarer, the more expensive they are. Do you have a goal? What's your goal for this season?
to get the list of skins that I like, pretty
Awesome. That's
much.
a good goal. And then I'm gonna loop this back to when we were talking about your base from season 4 and how big and cool it was. Do you have any plans for a cool base from this season?
I think I might want to try to rebuild my season 4 base. I
Mm,
mean, that thing was kind of the off proportion. It was the proportions were strange, but
You liked it? I get
I
that.
liked it. Yeah, it was just. Oh yeah, and I had a grinder.
Oh yeah, of course.
That was also very messed up. But
Grinder's a grinder, I suppose. And with that, looking ahead to the future, I would like to thank you so much for coming on to our little show today. It was an
no
absolute
problem.
honor to have you on. And of course, I always give our listeners a little gift, or I give you for doing the interview a little gift. So if you would give me 1 second, I would like to pay you $50,000. That be all right with you, Petrie?
Yeah, sure.
All right. And we'll get that sent to you right when we finish. And then to all our lovely listeners, I would like to say that if you have any interest on being interviewed, if you ever played on the server maybe once or you do whatever, you're absolutely welcome. Shoot us a message and we will get you on as soon as possible. But with all that being said, thank everybody. Thank you for coming on V-Tree and thank you all for listening. Goodbye. Have a great night.
Hey guys, Buxel here. Thank you so much for watching the last episode of Loversmella Season 2 of our podcast. Now, with the coming up season of 3, we're going to have a new set, new people, and new things to watch. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. And I hope to see you back.